evening, everyone. It's me again, James, and welcome to the evening sections of the ABCDE event. Thank you for all of you to joining us all the day, session 1, 2, 3, and here we're coming to the last session of today's. And if you can't hear my voice, sorry, it's been repeated, but I believe there's somebody only join one section. So please, if you can't hear my voice or can't see the screen, please try to use Google Chrome browser. Will work better for this platform. Okay. And during the event, you are allowed to use the chat box and Q&A functions if you have any questions. Okay, thank you. And introduce our next and the last keynote speaker for today. She is a data evangelist with 10 years of experience in diverse industry ranging from banking, telecommunications, fashion retail, pharma, manufacturing, logistics, and education system. And she is Miss Yojas. Miss Yojas, you now can talk now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James, for the introduction. It's great to be here on this platform. Based on my experience, I would like to share my slides to begin my topic.
Right, please. Okay, and Miss Yojas, if possible, can you speak louder and so the voice will be more clear to our participants? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Yeah, thanks. So today I'm going to speak about democratizing data-driven decisions with the self-service tools. The reason I picked up this topic is how important and vital the role of democratizing data is in the big data platform. I am working in a central platform at this moment in a banking domain and working on various different tools in the big data platform. Could be tedious when we want to utilize all the tools at its ease and understand the processes well. So I will go deep dive and explain one of the use case that I studied and share my experience on that.
All right.
Yeah. So why are we talking about democratization? I'll give you a simple example over here to explain the context. Like in a traditional approach, when the business unit is looking for making key decisions for the organization, what they do is they ask the BAs or executives to get data from IT department. And the IT department is somebody who actually processes the data and then gives the actual outcome to the business users so that they can make use of that to make their key decisions. This approach works very well, but when we have agile systems or when we have very spontaneous changes in the decisions and we are changing systems quite often, this approach doesn't really support that well because the requests are quite a lot and the workload on the IT department increases accordingly. So to avoid this kind of problem, what we are going to do, we give access to all the business side or business users to access data platform. Now the data platform is quite huge and it consists of lots of tools. And to make it easy, that is something I'm going to explain, like how exactly these business users will feel this access at their ease. So for example, when we use Google, why every layman person is capable enough to ask any questions to Google? Because we get all the answers. We just have to type the question and we get the answer. The same way, the complex data platform can be explainable to the business users who feel not so comfortable with data. So I will explain in detail in detail on how exactly we will do that. But the use case that I have studied is when we were implementing this kind of solution with one of the business unit, we found out like the tech team, which used to work for like 3 months on one project, when we democratized data, the time frame had reduced a lot. So we saved 45 to 50% of the time on the same project. So in the traditional approach, with all the requirement gathering, development, execution, the time frame was longer. And after getting full access to the platform, users were very comfortable to directly get their data or their reports on the go. And we saved 45 to 50% of the time. And slowly, by practicing more and more, we are improving systems and adding those pain points so that it will increase up to 80 to 90% as well. It takes longer time, but over the practice, it is achievable. And to explain in detail, right, how exactly these things works in the actual scenarios. So I want to share this analogy where I'm comparing a restaurant versus cooking studio. So in the restaurant, when we go, we want to order something. We get a menu card. In the menu card, we have all the different dishes, and we place the order for whatever we want to eat. But when we get access for the data studio, we get actual full access for the backstage, where we get access for all the ingredients, the platform. We can mix and match and create whatever you are craving for. And if somebody doesn't know how to understand the ingredients or how to cook properly, then we have cooking studio experts who will guide you throughout the process till you prepare your dish. So this is the difference between simple restaurant and the cooking studio. So with this analogy, we are comparing application versus platform. So when we are working on an application, there is a process and we get the final outcome, whatever is served to us. And in the platform, we actually can innovate and invent what we want, and we can design the pipelines as well. So I will go deeper in dive, and so these are the 4 A's that we can follow throughout the process to understand how exactly this will work. So the very first A is ask, then acquire, analyze, act, and outcome. So first of all, we ask the question to the business, what exactly you're looking for, whether it's feasible to access or analyze. We define this problem statement strongly here. Then we acquire that ask. Then we go through the understanding data, design solution, and then we get to the point where we can analyze the data. When we are processing this data, we create future building models here, and so that other users can also rely on that analyzed data as well. Then we act on it. So we can take the right decision based on the analyzed data and deploy models accordingly. And the outcome is you get your final outcome, whatever the business problem was. Or in case there are some changes over the time, you can repeat the process by again going through the cycle like ask, acquire, analyze, and act. So all the different kind of use cases in the agile mode, when we are looking for that data, we can keep it as a centralized repository, which can be reused by other departments in the company. So in one organization, every business unit is working on similar use cases or different use cases. And when we use central data platform, everyone get access to that. If sometimes you don't have to reinvent everything, but you can make use of the existing solutions prepared by different business unit. So that's the advantage we get by having the central platform. So how exactly this data platform looks is like the data comes from various streams, like it can be in the file format or a streaming data, or it can be coming from any other databases. We ingest this data in the data platform using data ingestion pipelines. And then once data is available, we go through the compute, then data science stream and data engine. And then with the help of data governance and the right security in place, you can actually view the metadata of entire data coming from different streams. And once we have this data available, all the data consumers can consume this data with the help of center of excellence and education system. So microservices plays a vital role here because it needs a lot of communication between different tools in the platform. And center of excellence, as we saw in the previous example, like in Cooking Studio, we had experts who will help you to cook or prepare your dish. The same way here in the data platform, we have data heroes or the education system or the center of excellence who will help you to understand the systems well. They provide hands-on trainings, workshop on different areas, and then they train you so that you can actually log into the platform with the help of this self-service tool, and then you can access all the data or all the tools you want to utilize for your project. This is quite important to go through the training. If we directly access and don't understand, there is a support or the help available for you to understand as well. So the tech innovation that propels data democratization consists of governance strategies, tools and infrastructure, data and insights, and data visualization is way more important to visualize all the areas. So what data visualization software plays a vital role. At the same time, data federation softwares, cloud storage, self-service BI applications, e-learning and workshops for helping users understand the entire process. What has changed by democratizing data when we compare with the traditional system is it's a culture change, because initially people used to work on a very traditional manner by following the SDLC approach, but in the fast pace and the agile mode, we have to speed up, and that culture change is leads to faster data access. People used to work in silos and department by department, so data discovery helps to give you broader vision. You can actually have access the repository created by various different business units, and with the help of governance tool, you can visualize that and make use of that for your existing use cases. This also adds up to saving time over the period. Self-service platform plays a vital role because all the tool access you will get through this self-service portal, and the understanding and the trainings as well. So what are the concerns in the demo? There are some challenges. Nothing comes very straightforward as we plan. So the very first challenge that we have is misinterpretation of the data by non-technical employees can make bad decision for the business. It is very important the user understand how to make use of the platform. And if they make wrong decision, if they understand data wrongly, it is a direct impact to the business. So trainings and workshop plays a vital role over here. And because we are giving broader access to the rest of the audience, it is important to have a security and the enforcement point on all the different areas to avoid any risks throughout the process. These are the challenges, and the key takeaway from today's session is the culture change that we talked about, and then self-service approach and the center of excellence in the education system. I do conduct various workshops and trainings around this matter, and also analyze different use cases from the business point of view. And if you have any such use cases to discuss, you can ask me after this session as a Q&A. I encourage you that you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll be very happy to have discussions as well. Thank you very much. I would like to pass this to yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Yojas, for the sharing. And actually, we have a networking session, even though after the speech. All right. So if you guys feel like you want to know more about Miss Yojas sharing about the data visualization, so maybe you can go to the network section and ask her and get her contact, email and things, so you guys can further discuss. So now we are going to have a Q&A sessions. So you guys feel free to ask, drop your question at Q&A. So we have 5 minutes from now. Okay. And
Feel free to ask any
Yep.
random questions around this area. I would be very happy to hear that.
Yep. Sure. So, if or maybe you guys are not understand or what may anything. So, Miss Yojas are available now for answer. Yep. Miss Yojas, sorry, can I ask you about your experience about where are you working from and like you have a lot of experience, but where did you get them from? Can you share a
Uh,
bit your background?
so
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working with the DBS Bank here in
Mhm.
Singapore.
Mhm.
And before that, I worked into various industries like telecom and then retailing. And then I did consulting. So while doing consulting, I got in touch with various different industries as well. So I implemented the softwares from scratch in the different area, keeping data visualization as my key strength, and then explored on the big data platform and the analytics side. So that helps to actually work and understand on real business cases. And this is like a cutting edge thing, and then there are new things coming up. So I really like to implement these cutting edge technology in the day to day life, which can really improve and speed up processes throughout. So that culture change is something I'm currently working on, how to introduce that, how to build a different ecosystem in the IT side in the organization.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
All right, we got few questions from participants, so I will show on the stage, right? So the
yeah,
first question
sure.
will be from Vijaya Sri Raja. Hi, you're just thanks. Can you tell how you integrate model
Yeah.
performance in visualization?
I so there are two approaches. Like in data visualization itself, we have data model creation, where we have the optimal data model, like having a star schema, or there are other approaches, like if you are making use of data platform to create and build the data model, then the final outcome is something we visualize in the self-service tools. So that helps to give you faster processing in visualization rather than building the data model in the visualization tool. So
Mm-hmm.
it's recommended to make use of existing data ETL platform that you have. It could be any tool selection for the organization. Based on that, you have to process your data.
Okay, I hope Mr. just answer your questions. And the following is Mohammad Nasim. What are the best tools for data visualization in the industry?
That's a very good question, Mohammed, and it is always tricky, right? Depends on the organization and how the culture is. We have to pick the tools. But if you ask me my personal preference, I generally work on Click or Tableau or Power BI. These are the top three in the market, in the Gartners as well. And when you ask me from the different perspective, like there are some open source tools. So these days I'm working on creating visualization tools with the help of open source platforms, where you don't really have to pay for licenses and it's free of cost. So that is something the area that I'm exploring. So I do like that area as well, apart from the enterprise tools.
Wow, great. Thank you, Mr. Just. I think that she answered your question, Mohammed. Okay, so next one is the Lee, Alex. He asked how to create a data blueprint in an organization.
Yeah, that's very important to build as well, because any blueprint, we need to have a proper ecosystem. Like once we implement the software, how exactly we are going to utilize that, or
Mm.
what are the different areas. So we have different channels for communication, like a community where we have data heroes or point of contacts who will be working on different areas. There is a tech support, there is a data visualization support, or there is a governance support, there is a ETL support, and then they develop those areas. So we have a proper ecosystem in order to support the rest of the business units. So they feel comfortable and they know where to reach out when they have any kind of challenges. So this could be customized, but the proper channel is the communication and the actual deployment models, like how you will deploy the actual project. So these two streams.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so following is Jocelyn, our professional participants ask. I guess one of the problem we typically face for operational people is that they think this is your work. Why I have to DIY now? Switch
Yeah.
off data. Oh, okay, so you need to answer first. Sorry.
No, sure. No, please complete it. It's all right.
All right. So switch of data culture apart from top-down support. What you find most effective to accelerate the adoptions?
Yeah, so I will answer the first question, right? Because this DIY question I receive almost every day. Because that's why it is very important, the culture change, right? Whenever there is a new technology in the market, because things are changing so fast, in order to adopt to that from all the point of view, we need to really accelerate and let go of the old things, which is a normal human tendency. Like, we really don't want to do that. So that's why it is very important to help them feel comfortable on the new things. And how exactly they will get is by having proper trainings and the support system that are center of excellence. Like, they come and have these hands-on workshops where they feel comfortable with the new thing and slowly migrate and slowly change and adopt to the new systems. So that really helps. And the second question is, like, switch off the data culture apart from the top-down support. What you find most effective to accelerate it? Yeah, the most effective approach for me is my training. I conduct these full-day hands-on workshops where I have trained almost 3,000 plus users now. And every time after the session, I have one-on-one sessions. I split these sessions and have e-learnings to understand their pain points, because it is so important to answer this pain point and not just enforce what we have in the new thing. And if we have workaround, they feel more comfortable in that. So they feel encouraged to, I want to try out new and more. So that way is much more effective according to me. And there are other ways as well, by having proper communication with them to understand their areas, like why they are not willing to change to the new things is so important.
Okay, thank you. Hope she answer. Hope Miss Yojas answer your question, Jocelyn. And following is same Mr. Lee questions. Is business process engineering also part of the data engineering? Is it relevant?
Business process engineering, I would like to understand more in detail from which point of view Mr. Lee is talking here. If
Yeah.
you can explain that.
Yeah, maybe Mr. Lee, you comes up the explanation about your question, and then we come back to you. All right. So the next one from Victor Wong. Hi, how you apply your big data and AI into your current work? Can share what is your current project that you need to apply big data and AI?
That's a very good question, Victor. It's a bit hard to talk on the actual project I'm working on right now, but there are projects that in the digital banking side where we make use of AI for prediction and for more customized customer portfolios, etc., which helps to achieve the prediction and plan their portfolio as well. So there are various areas that we use, and AI is the most crucial one here, because we want to give them very customized and hyper personalized ideas to the customer. They feel content, and this is also from the data side and also from the business side. So there are multiple projects running, and it's a bit difficult to talk on the exact project, but yeah, the overall is, it is helpful for those areas in the business.
Okay, thank you, Victor. I hope you got your answer. And following is Kaushik Gosh, I think this question, what is your favorite tools for implementation of cognitive learning? Is it the same question we've just
No, it is actually for my own learning, right? Tools for implementation of cognitive learning. Okay.
Mhm.
For cognitive learning, honestly, I have not used any particular tools as such. I generally prefer to have reading different areas. Like on the same topic, I go through different topics of technical material or white papers, and then understand it well. And practically, if you implement, it gives better aspect. Like you try out and at the same time read around that area. So that approach I follow rather than specific tool for that.
Mm. All right. Okay. Thank you. I hope you get your answer. And next one, Su Xianna. If our company is interested in argument analytic for the data stewards, what would be the key considerations we have to consider? Any best practice we should consider?
That's a good question again. If a company
Mm.
interested in documented stewards, okay. From this, I'm not exactly working on this area, but considering like I can give you like whenever I interact with data stewards in my organization, like when they have any use cases, right? So the most painful point for them is like how exactly my pipelines I can design and what is the optimal way of designing it. So I think that's the key consideration for data stewards to have data pipelines set in a proper way, and it has to be optimal as well. So where exactly the data has stored and how exactly you are designing the data pipeline, this is something I always hear from the data stewards. But again, my apologies, but this is not my key area in the platform. But this could be the important point for them.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Just. Sorry for Susiana, and I hope you get your answer. So the next one is Wei Tan. Any tool can be used to apply democratization quickly to an organization.
That's again, there is no tool as such available in the market which
Mhm.
quickly gives you the final outcome. It needs three key points, right? Like to have the center of excellence built in your community. There are like to have the proper like how exactly you will form that. I can try to give you some ideas around that, but from the automated tool existing in the market, I'm not sure whether it exists directly, because it's quite complex as well within when we are actually implementing it. It looks simple, but it's not very simple. so so if you need any particular area to develop, you can drop me an email or even reach out to me later on as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will also help to share about your link. Maybe Miss Yuan, just can you if okay, please share your LinkedIn or
Yeah,
contact.
yeah, sure,
Uh,
I will do that.
yes, in the chat room so that everybody can reach you. So the next is we have the Jocelyn too. She's helping to answer question. Maybe following up on Vijaya questions. I found visualization tool typically can't manage fast and big volume data effectively. Apart from default caching by the server and consumption layer data model, is there any other tricks to improve performance? Hmm. Okay.
That's a main pain point, like almost all the data visualization tools has, right? And it purely happens because of the data model is not optimal, or there are some areas to improve on. Also, your hardware, like if your backend is stronger, like your hardware storage is more, it will be faster. But if we are processing huge data set with a smaller setup, it will be hard to achieve the latency you are talking here, right? The performance, the fraction of second, and every second matters when we are looking for live data. So I would recommend to have the final outcome ready in the ETL or in your data lake, like whichever tool you are using as a data wrangling tool. If you have your final outcome ready over there, you can actually access that in the data visualization and avoid these calculated fields, like where we have if conditions or some calculated fields in the data visualization itself. If we avoid that, it will again improve the performance. From the data model perspective, if we have more optimal connection between tables, it will also improve the performance. But even after having everything, sometimes it happens like you are not able to achieve your latency, and this happens because of the hardware that you are using. Whereas a 3-node cluster that you have, or you are using multi-node architecture, and how your load balancing is working. And from your architect side, you have to improve by balancing it and pointing it to the different nodes so that you can improve over the time period. So that point is very important.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yojas. And because we are running out of time, so I will read two more questions. I think it's also left two questions. So this is the question from Lee. Oh, he asked, is the business processing engineering also part of data engineering? So this is his following questions from the view of streamlining the business process.
Yeah, so yes, business and tech goes hand in hand. So when we are talking about the technical aspect, it is also doable in the business side. So it's not like from the business side we do something very different, right? Or different tools altogether. Even though there are some tools dedicated for business side, like Salesforce is for CRM. Like, this is not exactly tech side, but it has a tech arm where you do the technical implementation as well. So when we talk about all these processes, it's really possible to implement the same for business side. So there is no hard stop like we only do it in the IT side.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, Mr. Lee, I hope you get your answer. And for the last question for today, Mr. Muhammad Nasim, oh, he's the same person. Do you use Hadoop or Spark in your current project?
Actually, we have Spark. I have also worked on Hadoop in the previous project. So it depends. In the current use case, I'm using Spark.
All right. Thank you. Wow. So it's amazing. It's amazed me, Ms. Yojas, you can answer so many questions like in so professional way. So I hope today our participants gain some new knowledge after joining all 4 sessions of our very talented, very professional speaker. And for the last reminder, tomorrow we will having a workshop at 10 a.m. And beside that, we also have the collaborate with the Alibaba Cloud. They have a hackathon challenge. I will show you their website. I encouraging you guys to join their hackathon challenge. Please give me 1 minute. All right. So this is the. Okay. So first you need to. Oh, I'm sorry. I shared the wrong screen. So first you need to go to our website, ABCDE Asia. I'm not sure. Do you guys can see my link? My share screen. So, and you scroll down to join the challenge hackathon. So, and you will see this is all their challenge, their topics, and their prize pool is so high, it's 10,000 cash US dollar for the winner. So please take this chance. Do not miss this chance to join the hackathon. All right. So it's on our website. Please go and see. And sorry, just now I was saying the wrong timing. Tomorrow is 1 p.m., not 10 a.m. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 at workshop with Smart Academy. Thank you. We will end here. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. It's just.